Well, hello, Sherron,
Hello.
Washington.
Hello, Jen. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you for joining the Dating Advisory Board. Just to give the audience a quick background, Sherron is CEO of P3 Solution marketing expert, author, columnist, professor, and speaker with an outstanding record of achievement in providing simple strategy, design, and social media marketing solutions for small and medium enterprises, nonprofits, associations, and entrepreneurs. She has been deemed the marketing whisperer.
Yes.
And I want you to become the dating whisperer,
No
too.
worries, no worries. They
We're
go
gonna
hand in hand.
They go hand,
in
yes.
hand.
But she was given that due to her uncanny ability to instruct businesses on how to adopt simple marketing and communication techniques. So thank you so much. So can you give us a little bit of a background of how you got here? How did you start the P3 Solution?
You know, Jen, I never really wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Really?
Never really wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Probably a CEO, director, president.
Yeah.
Never. Until someone, it's always about engaging with incredible people.
Yeah.
The dating world is like that too, right? So you get with these incredible people and they see things in you and then it comes to fruition. So I had a manager, a supervisor, and she gave me the opportunity to start my own business. I was a graphic designer and I was a marketing manager. And I said, I don't want to travel anymore. She said, okay, well, we'll be your first client. You can do this thing on your own. And I loved it.
Right.
It really matched my personality. I'm a communicator. I like to be on the go. I won't get the work done until someone's foot is on my neck. So
Right.
that's the entrepreneur way, right? You're full of challenges that you have to deliver on a daily basis, and I like it.
Yeah.
So that's how it came to be. And 10 years later, because I've been in business 10 years.
It's great.
Here I am, evolved and an author and all the things that I never knew I would be.
Yes. So talk about this book. So we have this book, Market Simple, the blueprint I wish I had before I started a business.
Yes. So I created this book last year as a marketing manager and then consultant. You get all these businesses that want marketing plans. We used to make 6-page marketing plans. So I come from that traditional background where you get these large marketing plans, but you never did them.
Right.
Right? So I said, okay, well, what if I came up with a way where you can get it done in 1 page?
Yeah.
So I took all
That sounds good.
Yeah, it does. And no gimmicks, right? So it's about focused efforts. You focus a goal. You don't have multiple goals so that you can get through things one at a time. It's just like exercise. So you can't take that big chunk. You can't go and try to lift those 50-pound weights.
You gotta build up.
Right? So this is for anyone. So not just, I'm messing up this.
It's okay.
It's terrible. So this is for anyone, veteran and amateur alike, startups alike, where you can build a 1-page marketing plan so that you can actually execute it and see some results.
Oh, wow, that's really good. Now, if you're starting a dating strategy, right, similarly used in the business boardroom, right, what would you say the first steps would be to create your marketing strategy to build you as a brand in the dating world?
So just like marketing, you need a goal. So you need to figure out what do you want to do? Do you just want to date? Do you want to get married? You need to know that goal ahead of time so that when you begin to build this marketing plan or build this brand around yourself, you can know exactly what strategy to use.
Right.
Because different strategies go for different things. If you just want to date, you just want to hang out, maybe you just want a movie date for, a couple of months, and just like in the dating world, you may want to have a measurement of time where you can measure, hey, I want to be married by, as in marketing, as in dating, sometimes that doesn't happen, but at least you'd have something to measure it by, right? You can even measure how many dates you want to go on. So maybe I only want to pick like 10 dates that I want to go on, and that's my goal, right? So just like a marketing plan, dating is the same way. You start with that goal. And after the goal, you have to figure out what marketing target, who do you want to date? Who's a no-no? Who's a yes?
Who's a non-negotiable list? Please.
Non-negotiable. I do have girlfriends who are still single, so they date often, and we talk about this. So they have a large list of non-negotiables.
Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So do you think that having you need a non-negotiable list in business and you need a non-negotiable list in your dating world, but when it gets to be aggressive, you kind of wonder.
Yeah, no red shoes. I can't.
That's great. I love red. No, right? Yeah. No, but for the most part, I mean, are you seeing some of these when you're listening to these stories and you're seeing, okay, this is non-negotiable that, like, you're almost. Do you think they're kind of setting themselves up because they don't want, like, they think it's the kind of movie, like I had some girl, I was hoping I would somehow find a segue into this story, and I'm so glad we brought it up. It's interesting where this one girl a long time ago, an old friend would say, oh, I just want someone to come in and save me and tell me everything is going to be okay. I'm like, you're not Cinderella.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a movie, right? It's fiction, right?
Exactly.
But you can't. You have to look up. That's what was such an interesting thing. What she said. I'm looking for someone to save me. No, you need to save yourself.
Yeah. They should be an addition,
right,
to you. At least that's my thought.
Yeah.
So I think there's too many non-negotiables. There can be an amount of non-negotiables. And I think with businesses, we're adaptable, we're flexible.
Right.
So I think in dating, you can be flexible. I know, some of my non-negotiables at the time was you had to have a job.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
could be unemployed.
Yeah, because it's not really in an alignment.
Right. But things like children, because I'm in my mid-40s, I mean, there's not a lot of men or women that don't. I mean, there are some. I have friends that don't have kids, but then you're limiting yourself to a small amount, to a small pool, and that's fine too, but it'll take longer to find what's the yin to your yang.
Right. But yeah, just like in business, I mean, if you're actually going to put your list in your whiteboard, right, you're going to whiteboard it out. Who's your target customer?
I think you should.
And you should. And you're gonna give, okay, here are my non-negotiables. Here's my target market. I'm really good at nonprofits. Right? No nonprofits. I can help them get to where they need to be. Right.
Yeah.
But you have to have that wiggle room, like you said. You should. Right.
You should.
And I think that just kind of sets you up for success. And have fun.
Absolutely. I've had some non-negotiables. I've heard. I guess when I was dating, what was my non-negotiables? You couldn't smoke. I'm not a smoker, so you couldn't smoke. Some non-negotiables I've heard that you can't drink. I'm thinking, man, they're not fun. Where's the fun in that? There's no fun in that.
I wonder sometimes when I have, these, I hear these sorts of, they need to make X amount, and they need to do this, and they have to be this executive, and they have to be blah, 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 all these things, but then they're not looking at, well, hey, what can I improve on?
Or they're not there yet. Right. So they're looking for people, and I get it. You want to go the tier higher. Great. But then you're right. What are you offering?
Right.
What are you offering to the pool of that person's
Because that's also, you're going into a certain percentage that is very small, and they actually have more of the choice.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So now if you are that person and you're building your empire, which I think we should,
right?
All come together and help our girlfriends be successful in both business and dating. That's why we have the advisory boards. And I, and more I talk to people, they're like, I'm like, well, who's on your board? Right? Who's on your board?
Yeah, my best friend, I don't know, I hope she doesn't get me for saying this. But I just recently connected her with someone, and they made a great match. Like, I love it.
That's
awesome.
I
absolutely love it. I love it. So I don't think I should have said that online,
that's
but
fine.
that's okay.
It's fine. No, we're just live. It's still fine. No, but think about that. I say that you're going to refer people business for your business profession, right?
Yes.
Like if your different vendors,
yes,
right,
yes,
are very good, you're going to refer them out to people. And if somebody said like, "Hey, do you my friend's single or I'm single? Do you know anybody?" You're probably going to have a better chance of meeting someone like-minded, like because you're actually friends,
right? I know. What I do is I match it. So I like to pride myself as a matchmaker. And I used to have like a record of 100% because everybody got married.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like 3 friends. So.
Well, you're still a good percentage.
And I can't, look, you get together, but I can't guarantee that you'll stay together. Like, I don't even count those numbers.
Right.
100% success rate on getting you a person.
Right, exactly.
I can do that. But it's usually if I see a need, just like in my business, if I see the need and I want to match you guys up, I do it subtly because I want it to be organic.
Right.
And it should be. I don't want it to be forced. Like, you're single and you're looking for somebody. You're single. But no, more like, okay, so maybe you have common interests. Go ahead, have at it.
Right. So funny. Have at it. Now, how do you think the apps have changed the dating and technology? We'll kind of pull that back into business and dating, but I think that these apps it's pretty interesting, so I'd like to hear your feedback on that.
So apps. So I look at all the different types of apps, and there's a few. Oh, they escape me, but there's one where there's a hookup one. So you go the Tinder, yeah. Right? So I think that's cool because it's straightforward. You know what you're on there for. They know what they're on there for. I mean, you may get a creep here too. I don't know. Probably so. But I think that it's good for this time. I don't know if I had to go back out dating that I would necessarily use the app. I'm old school. I'm like, I want to talk on the phone.
Me too.
I want to talk on the phone. Exactly. Right? But I think now, I'm not even going to say millennials. I'm just going to say in this time where people are more comfortable with using apps and it's easier.
It's fast.
Makes things very easy. You can look them up or what they show. You can right away see their appearance, their brand. Hey, they're posting pictures. You can go, oh, okay, well, some days they look like this. Some days, oh, maybe I want to deal with that. Or, whatever. They're a pet lover. That off the bat. So I think it helps you kind of weed out the things, whereas when you used to traditionally date, you had to like ask a question after question after question.
Right. So you kind of come up with these ideas, but just by seeing those pictures.
Absolutely.
But it would, on the flip side, though, people don't necessarily read the bios all the time. They just look at the pictures, and I thought you could miss out some really funny. Right. I swear, funny trumps everything.
Funny does. That is a top. That is, yes, you have to be fun. You have to have personality. Yeah. My husband, even though I don't find him as funny, maybe because we're married. It's been 13 years, right? So maybe because we're married, everybody else finds him hilarious. And I think in the beginning, I found him pretty funny. He is pretty funny. But as a wife, I have to go, he's not that funny. But he is. He's that funny.
No, but I would say that's a big trump for me, like having a really good personality, funny, witty, that stands out.
And can get my humor. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
I watch things like, I don't know Warren the Ape. I have very quirky humor. So I have to have somebody kind of match that kind of quirky humor. So
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we talked about that. Now, I want to talk about the upcoming summit that you have coming up.
Yes.
And then we'll get into the Oops Moment, your second book coming out.
Awesome. So the summit is October 15th. It's called Market Simple, the Summit, coined after the book. And it is to help people. It's to help your personal brand or your business brand. So we have 4 tracks: sales, marketing, strategy, communication, which is PR stuff, and social media. Yeah. So you can go there and learn all. If you have a business or if you're in the marketing or social media or sales profession and you want to learn all about marketing, this conference is not your regular conference where you get a what. So, you go to your conferences and they tell you what, but they don't tell you how. This is a how-to. So you leave here with skill sets of how to do these things so you can go back in your business and easily implement them and execute, because it's all about execution. I think the number one thing that happens with business, with anyone, that any task that you have to do, if you don't execute it, man, it falls short. So we're teaching you how to do small steps so you feel comfortable at executing them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let's talk about Oops Moment.
Yes, that's my new book coming up.
I'm very excited.
Yes, it's going to debut in January 2017. Great. I'll have a book signing. I'll definitely invite you, Jen.
Thank you.
We'll be hanging out anyway. You're my new best friend.
I know, me too.
And so it's going to have 40 different oops moments in marketing. So from branding to sales. And then at the end of the chapter or the case study, you can see how to prevent that. So how to prevent that oops moment from all different types. Walmart executives, we have a few entrepreneurs. So I went from small and large businesses and solopreneurs to share their stories about their mistakes to help others.
Wow. I mean, that can translate very well into the dating world.
Absolutely. And you probably could read it and go, hey, that's wrong shirt, wrong date.
Wrong shirt, wrong date. I don't know if I had told this story, but there was one funny one I heard about, this would be probably the biggest oops moment, was that one of these guys, I don't know where, it was on some app, but they canceled on this girl, which makes like no sense. She's like amazing, so I didn't get it. But anyway, he's like, I canceled. I can't make it tonight, right? And then like an hour later, he's like, okay, what's the address again? Wait, you canceled? No, you got the wrong. He's like, oh, sorry, wrong girl.
Oh no!
I was like, guys. Let's bring back some chivalry.
It's really, but see, that's again with the apps. It makes it easy to do that.
You wouldn't do that in business.
You would not do that in business, and you wouldn't do it in person, and you certainly wouldn't do it over the phone. No. You might not answer the phone. I think back in the day, if someone wanted to ignore you, I have a 22-year-old son, and my son, he fades to black, is what I call it. So I'm like, what happened to that girl? He has a girlfriend now, but when he was dating, what happened to that girl? He's like, I don't know. I stopped calling her. I stopped answering her calls. What? Come on, you gotta tell her why.
Don't ghost them.
Don't do that, right?
I know.
He fades to black often.
Oh,
so
poor girl.
I know. I try to teach him, but
yeah. But I think it's just the times.
Yes.
I think it's become unfortunately acceptable to do that.
I know.
And you wouldn't do it in a business.
Not even once.
I cannot stress that enough. I know I said that over and over, but you wouldn't do that. Now let's talk about. I have one question about when you're talking about building your brand, right? How important it is for appearance when you're putting yourself out there, especially on LinkedIn.
Yes. Right.
So on LinkedIn, you're gonna everybody should have a professional picture.
You should have. I see some that aren't so professional, or even at the club, and I'm thinking this is LinkedIn, which I have coined the boardroom.
It is.
It's the boardroom. So you should dress and act and conduct yourself as if it was in the boardroom.
Yeah. And then why wouldn't you, and some people say, well, I didn't have time or I couldn't get a good picture. The phones nowadays, I mean, there's no excuse.
No excuse.
No excuse. Right. No. And they should be updated pictures.
It should
and
be
relative
updated.
Because you're going on a false promise. Right? And so when you go on that date and they're like, wait a second, like that's the same person? No, I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you've already lied to me, so I already don't trust you.
Absolutely.
And that's
absolutely.
I mean, you're having to build that value and that trust to that consumer.
You need authenticity.
Authenticity. Just be authentic. Be yourself. It is going to come out anyway.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, I cannot stress that enough. But I really, it was interesting. I had a matchmaker on the show. She's amazing. And she was saying that they actually have people that will take professional pictures and write their profiles based on that, right? So Michelle Jacoby of DC Matchmaking. And so I thought, wouldn't that be interesting to get like your girlfriends together and like write a profile for you? Because I can tell you, it's hard to write about yourself.
It is very difficult. Luckily, I have a best friend who's an editor and a writer.
Oh, really?
So
yeah, there you go.
So and I always call her like 2 hours before things are due. Hey, are you busy? I'm just like, yeah, I just have a job.
Yeah. But I can stop.
I can stop doing this. What is it that you want me to do?
Yeah. It's so interesting you said that. My best friend, Wendy, she does a lot of editing for my stuff, too. And I'm just horrible with commas. I can come up with the content, if I don't feel like using Grammarly.com, which is amazing.
I love Grammarly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a really good one. But what would you say that from a marketing or branding perspective to really kind of put yourself out there, would you do these multiple apps like you would do in multiple business segments for your own business?
Yeah, because you're talking to different audiences, definitely in the different apps. I mean, Tinder, it's a little more casual, so you don't want to be kind of suited and booted up.
Right.
So I think that you should have image that's appropriate to the platform. Right. And that way you'll be more engaging, because if you're on some casual platform site and you're suited up, that's giving, and you're not really, that wound up. You look kind of tight and wound up, and you may not look engaging, and you may miss out on the love of your life, because they're like, oh no, I want someone with personality. Versus with LinkedIn, if you're there kind of just hanging out, they're not taking you seriously.
Right. You're on the beach in your bathing suit.
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
What is that? I've seen that.
No, that's why I said it. It's funny. But it's interesting because, like, unless you are working for Tropicana Oil and supporting your brand, let's just leave that for Facebook.
Absolutely. And even with LinkedIn, even if, I don't think the CEO of the tanning company would even do that, because you still want to have this like professional presence there.
Right.
And there are lots of other platforms you can be kind of casual when you're dating, but you want to make sure that your picture fits the platform.
Exactly. And the content. Oh, let's talk about the content for a second. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting segue on this, because this gets me fired up.
And yes, the content. Well, first of all, your grammar should be correct. So that's going to help you out a lot.
Grammarly.com. You can't figure it out.
Or get your friend.
Right,
get your best friend.
Yeah, Wendy.
You can borrow my best friend. Yeah.
Right. Wendell's.
Right. So you can borrow her. Get you someone to look at your grammar. Make sure it's correct. Make sure the message is right. Now, I've seen LinkedIn is going wacko jacko.
Wacko jacko. That's
I got to borrow that from my friend Karima. She says wacko jacko a lot.
I love it.
So LinkedIn has gone kind of crazy with, I feel like it's Facebook. Sometimes when I'm on it, I'm going, what is this? What is this? I see the memes, so like funny. And I'm funny, quirky. I love it. Right? But I don't think it's appropriate. There's some of the jokes, it's like off color for that.
For LinkedIn.
Right. For LinkedIn. But if Facebook, fine. It just shows a message of you're not that serious. And if I don't know, my friends, they're older, so they look for professional people, men, women too.
They look good. They're wanting to see if they want to do business with you.
Right.
They're going to look at your recommendations. Right. Like how important that is to fill out your profile correctly.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And keep it short and sweet. Right. Now, here's the thing. I don't understand why they don't do like quick. Any of these any of these dating sites, why they don't have like a quick video snippet, like a 3-second.
Something, yeah.
Because you can tell a lot by someone's personality versus video, right?
You can.
So I would love to find the reasoning why they're not doing that.
They're going to do it because you just said it.
Well, I hope so.
Well, maybe you should do it.
Yeah.
You could do it. I can help you market it, and it'd be our own.
Well, I think it's just on their server. Because I think it's server space, maybe. I
don't know. I mean, it would help. It would actually add value to a site if they did that.
Right.
I think so.
But then, I wonder if it's also, you'd have to go through a lot of videos, right? And they'd have to, because maybe that's the reason.
Maybe you could upload it. So you should be able to upload a small, and you have a limited amount of space that you use, and that, I don't know. I think that's a great idea, because I would love to see video, even if not for just comic relief.
And then because you're bringing uniqueness, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
You got just like your elevator pitch. Right?
Exactly.
So, like, what's your pitch?
It could be fun. It could be definitely
really
fun.
funny. I mean, you could really become a
telling
sensation.
You're on something. You're onto something.
I know. I just wonder if it's maybe having everyone have to go through it and make sure it's a clean video and it's not something salacious. Because you never know. No, do you have any funny, great dating stories that you've heard, or when you were in the dating world?
Funny.
Yeah.
When I was dating, and I don't know how funny this is, but I dated a friend, and I thought he was a friend. I thought I knew him. How about that?
Okay.
I thought I knew him. I said, okay, we'll go on a date. It was kind of those, let's see what happens. I wasn't really liking him, but I said, okay, I'll go on a date.
Yeah.
Why not? And we began to talk, and then he began to talk about how he thought about committing suicide.
What?
Right, exactly. Right? And I was like, oh, okay, is this about to go down right now? And then he changed the conversation to, yes, I want to get married. Thinking, this is crazy. So funny? No. A little scary? Absolutely. Do I have any funny dating stories? I probably do, and they just all kind of, I don't remember them. I probably tell my husband all my funny dating stories, and he's like, I don't want to hear that. But this is the great platform for it. Now I can't think of one.
No, that's okay. We'll come back. All right, so I'm going to do the dating or business deal breakers. Okay. What would you say are your top 3?
Oh, poor attitude. Bad attitude.
Negative Nancy's.
Negative attitudes. I used to date someone, and we called him Satan.
Or the devil. Did he go into his vortex every night and go down and like check off his list of how things were going?
He was a cruel person, but then there was glimpses of hope. So you thought, why'd you still date him? Because he'd be nice like 2 days out of the year, and really nice.
Okay. That's not an equal platform there.
I know. So poor attitude. And again, personality. If you lack personality, I have lots of personality.
Yeah.
Personality. And just so recently, I learned this about myself, Jen. I don't like, what's a deal breaker is someone who's jealous or really hovering.
Yeah.
Because I'm not necessarily, I say free spirit, but in moderation. So I go out with my girlfriends often. I roller skate. Like I have personal hobbies that I do.
I think that's important.
That I just don't want to hang with my friend, my male mate. Even me and my husband. This is how our relationship has withstood 13 years. We have great space, and I like my space. And I just recently learned that about myself, maybe about 7 years ago. So that would definitely be a deal breaker.
Yeah, and I think that's true. So, wow. Well, this is awesome. So we have a few more minutes. Okay. So tell us, how do people get in touch with you?
So everywhere. I'm everywhere. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, at the P3 Solution. That's it. So if you go anywhere on any platform,
it makes it easy.
It does make it easy. And Google Plus, it's at the P3 Solution. That's it.
That's awesome. Then sign up for the summit if you have not.
Please have them sign up for the summit. If you're a business owner and you really need marketing, or if you're in the marketing profession and you want to learn about marketing or sales, this is a great place to be. We're giving away Keurigs.
Oh, nice.
I want a Keurig. Yeah. I don't even have a Keurig. I'm giving away Keurigs. That's crazy. But we don't have enough space in the kitchen. My husband is complaining. I'm like, I want a Keurig. I've got every utensil you can name, and I may have used it once.
Yeah. But it's there.
Just in case.
Just in case I need that one weird thing. Peeler, a melon ball peeler.
I have a melon ball peeler. I have a garlic press. Yeah. All of that. So
do you have the egg slicer?
No.
Okay. Don't. Well, okay. Sorry. I'm done. Well, awesome.
So definitely, if you come and you sign up, this is the last week to sign up. So September 30th is the last week to sign up.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I had so much fun with you today, and I learned a lot.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for having me.
I will. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.